Welcome to the La Culture podcast, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do a little video clip to go along with every one of our features. This feature we're discussing is Skin Deep, the changing face of the beauty industry. And it's written by our lovely writer, Beth, who is also sub-editor. Beth, what inspired you to write this piece? And what was your thought process, apart from you wanted a good grade?
Obviously, you can see that I'm black. And I just felt like there wasn't a lot of makeup available for people who are not white.
Have you tried Amazon?
But do you trust makeup from Amazon?
I don't
want to
makeup.
get skin rash or something.
You have reviews.
You can't just buy stuff from online.
I'll just have...
As a man who's bought makeup for women before, I know a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah. So I just had to move swiftly on.
One woman, by the way.
Okay.
Your mum
Saf
loves
does
you.
too much. So yeah. So yeah, I just felt like there needed to be like a little investigation, or like just to find out why the industry was just not catering for ethnic minority women.
And what kind of did you find? Was you any conclusions or any suggestions?
One of the main things is that they don't think it's going to be economically, commercially successful for them.
In terms of mass production.
So if they produce products for however many ethnic minorities, it's still not going to make them enough money.
That's fucking
in
bullshit.
terms of what they're
That's
making for
fucking
like the white people.
Think about it now. Like I know you mentioned in your piece about the L'Oreal True Colour, but now there's all these brands, even though they're saying it's not, economically viable, all these brands are now starting to do it. Like Maybelline just came out with a new line the other day. I mean, NARS has already got one and they're developing theirs. Yeah. MAC's trying to start doing it. So like so I don't get the point of them like saying, oh, it's not going to be economically viable, but they've got so many people that they're not kind of catering for. So then why are all these brands starting to do it now? Why have they not done this?
If I'm being honest, a lot of the luxury brands have already done it, but not everyone can afford to spend £30 plus on a foundation. If we walk into our normal Boots or Superdrug store, like you'll struggle to find your colour. Like the darkest colour may be like this light shade of beige.
Like table.
I saw a video the other day. I don't know, you might have retweeted it, but you know the one where they're making the makeup right there in the store.
I think it's a Lancome.
Yeah.
Lancome, yeah. They
just scan your skin and then they do that.
They do that in Boots as well for number 7, I believe. Like they just.
But that don't work.
But yeah, I don't think it works.
Like, I did it.
It doesn't work.
It still doesn't work. Like I bet.
Did you get a refund?
I wear foundation and then it looks grey on my skin because it's not suitable for my skin. Exactly. That's why I don't wear foundation anymore. But I do need foundation. But I just don't wear it because I just don't have the same colour for my skin.
Yeah, they struggle to match the colours, and also research is a massive issue. They don't want to invest in research because they don't think it's going to be, again, commercially.
I was literally going to make that point in terms of research in the market, but also, for example, like, not trying to stereotype, but everyone knows East London is predominantly like ethnic minority area. So clearly, Superdrug as a company should be like, all right, this just makes business sense to me. Most of our shoppers there are black women, Asian women, so why not have a range in the shop for those people, just in those kind of stores? Because you see, for example, even Kyrie's high-end computers go to like Oxford Circus, and Chingford gets like shitty laptops because no one's going to spend £1,000. It's the same sort of principle, catering to the demographic that's in your store.
And that's exactly when I was talking to one of my interviewees. I didn't put this in the piece, but she mentions to me how you can go into a store like Brixton and still only see the lighter shades when the predominant population in that area is black or Asian or another ethnic minority. It's like they're not thinking economically about. I just think they don't value ethnic minorities and their money.
And the funny thing is, like, just like from going outside, not even just in the UK, it's like in every country. You can go anywhere. I mean, I can go back to Sri Lanka and still not find a shade that fits me because all the international brands that come there, they just cater.
I think it's a case of, in terms of mainstream, what I've noticed, especially in like countries like India and Pakistan, is like everyone wants to be whiter. And even like, for example, I've seen wedding photos where they look whiter than like our lecturers. Like, it's just.
I know. Have you seen it? It's like they
because they use whitening creams.
Yeah, there is
whitening creams is such a big deal. But now they have this thing in Asia itself. Is like you can go to Singapore and you can go and actually get yourself skin whitening, and you do like over 3 months or like every 3 months you take injections and things. And it actually makes your skin whiter because people want to.
No, but that's the thing.
And
like,
even if you look at, I don't know if you guys have been to these, like they're sort of like beauty stores, hair supply stores. There's a lot in East London, South London, and it's a predominantly black thing. It's mainly owned by Asian people, and in there they'll have like all the foundations of like all the different colours, all different makeup, and then next to it will be bleaching creams. It's like the contrast, the fact that there's a perceived idea that lighter is better. And I think that's also why they don't cater as much for ethnic minorities, because obviously if you have all the light shades, I think, again, commercially that can make more money, because commercially lighter is perceived as being better.
I don't know if white people hold that view though, because white people love like fake tan and sunbeds and everything. I think it's something that's a problem within Asian cultures and black culture.
But even if
because we've been like obviously so westernized now, and all we, you know, what's on the TV, or these like white models and actresses, that's been what like beauty is all about now. But
for white people, even if they get a fake tan, they can still find the foundation colour.
They're still more orange.
Yes,
they're still able to get
they're still able
the thing
to
is,
get
there
it,
is a thing called white privilege, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
I just got into different topics.
But it is a thing where people don't. Most of the brands are owned by white people. They're not gonna think to cater for someone, because they don't. When they think of things, they don't think of everyone else in whatever they're thinking about. They just think about themselves and the reflection of themselves. They don't see society as a broader thing.
It's true.
That's the main
I think that's a good point to end it on.
Yeah.
I said
Well done,
words.
Beth.
I said 4 words this entire
They were very important 4 words. We really do
then you
appreciate
brought
input.
that makeup knowledge in.
See this? All right. So make sure to check us out on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Le Culture. Shout out to the Dutch people. And
check out my feature,
Yeah, check out
Skin
Beth's
Deep: The Changing Face of Beauty as well.
arriving spring 2017.
But